Good morning. Are we gonna have a better day today? I hope so. We got a load of dry corn we're gonna haul in to start with here this morning. Well, we're at the elevator here. We're slow dumping this morning. Pit 2, which is the old pit. It doesn't get used very much, but they're loading a train with wheat. So pit 3, that one next to us, the leg that's tied to that is the one they're using to load the train. So 3 and pit 4 over there, they're taking beans in. So yeah, I told them they should make the bean guys come in here to pit 2, but no, we're the only ones hauling corn, so it's all right. We'll deal with it. It's just gonna be a little slower when we're here today. I am getting another load of dry corn ready to haul out, but like I said, I got to do that wheat delivery first here, so let's fill this up and go park it. Let's go. Okay, I am back. I'm gonna haul this dry corn in. Dad's actually already shelling over there, but we've got some other stuff going on. I'll tell you that in a minute. I want to start the dryer up, so we're gonna fire up the generator and get that running, and then we'll go. So, as long as everything works right, this dryer is pretty easy to get fired up. We started the generator and I started the wet leg. The wet leg is gonna take the corn out of our wet bin and put it in the dryer when the dryer needs it. So that runs all the time. Our dry leg, which is this one, also needs to run all the time. So we turn that on first. And then we've got all of our switches on except for the main, and we're just gonna hit that to run and it should start the fans up. 2 at a time, 2, and then the last 2, they kind of blow backwards and then away they go. Okay, so the fans are running and now the flame controller is starting to start. So it goes through an initiation sequence and then a purge, and then it should fire. And now it says run, so our flame should be running. So the next thing we do is hit this button, which starts the drag conveyors for the unload. If you look in this little window, you can see the big fire. Okay, so everything is up to temperature and basically running fine here. See, we're 200 degrees. That means we're pushing about 1,000 bushel an hour through it right now. That is good. I'll check in here, and we've got this DM510. This is what controls the dryer. It's the brains of it, and it speeds up and slows down the rate going through it in order to make sure that the grain coming out is the right temperature, or is the right moisture. So you can see we're coming out at 15.1. We're set at 15. That's good. That's what we want to see. Going in at 22.9, which is pretty close to what we've been seeing, and then it's the rate and the drying temp, and that will automatically change everything. It's in auto mode. This is also what connects to the internet. We'll talk about that in a minute too, the internet problems that I was having yesterday, but that's working, and this is why it was important that it's working, because now I can pull it up on my computer and see all of this information on here, which obviously those are in the same spot, but I can also see this on my phone from anywhere. So now I can monitor it from the field and see how much it's doing and make sure everything is still working right. So that's good. All right, we gotta go. We gotta jump in the truck and get dry corn hauled out because Dad's shelling. He's waiting for us. I'm sure that he's got a grain cart full and we're behind. All right, I made it to the field. As I expected, Dad is here waiting for me with the full grain cart. Looks like the combine's pretty full back there. So we got to keep moving. Hopefully Phil will be back from the ethanol plant here soon and he can help haul too. But I thought we'd be delayed a little bit more this morning. We were having a little bit of combine issues. You guys may remember last fall, I had some issues with it surging and it wasn't real smooth in its operation. And I thought that they could come out and reprogram or recalibrate the transmission some more. So I called them to have them do that, and they seem to think there may be a bigger issue. So we got to figure out what our options are there a little bit. Yeah, we'll talk about that more later. But also, when that shaker arm bushing went out on the summer, and I broke those 2 bolts to hold the sieve in place, it damaged the electrical connection and wire harness on that, and we weren't getting a readout of the sieve position in the cab. It was, I could move it, with the switch, but it wouldn't tell me how open or closed it was, so I had them fix that while they were out here as well. I thought that would take them longer. It didn't, so we're ready to keep moving and shelling here, but we just can't keep up hauling right now. Back to pit 2 here. You can see pit 1 over there is, well, the path is blocked a little bit. I suppose it would be maybe possible to get out of there, but it's tight enough with this one as it is with their dryer they've got there. Well, I was gonna show you inside pit 1 there. It's not really a pit anymore. There's actually a grain lake coming up where there used to be a pit, so you can't go through there. They've just got the 3 dumps there, but they're labeled 2, 3, and 4. Back in the field for another wet load here. Phil is not far behind, so we're gonna start keeping up a little bit better here shortly. Around and around we go. We got the wet corn unloaded, the dry corn on, and we're back to make the trip again. Everything's running good today. Fuel stop. Well, this is not the most exciting video today, but it's the dance that we're doing. Haul wet corn back, unload it into the wet bin, haul dry corn out from the overhead bin, take this to the elevator, dump it, go back to the field and make the circle again. So it's all we can do. Phil and I hauling both ways to keep up, so keep moving. All right, I just got back to the field after dumping that last load of dry corn. It's a little after 4 o'clock right now. Dad he was just finishing filling the grain cart when I was there a second ago, so he's taking that up and gonna dump it in the truck. I need to run to the bank real quick. I'm close, so I'm gonna go and do that and take care of some stuff, and then I'll go back and we'll keep hauling. I don't think we're gonna be able to get another load into the elevator tonight. They're closing at 5, and I don't think I can make it back, but we'll see. Phil's gonna get one more in tonight, and we'll keep doing what we can, but man, I just can't keep up, and it's because I have other stuff that I have to do, like go to the bank, or I had to get fuel for the truck, or whatever else. So September 17th, it's okay. All right, I made it to the bank and back to the truck, and I'm here dumping it now. Phil is hauling another load of dry in. It's gonna be the last one for today because they close at 5. It is 4:52, so I will not be able to get loaded and get back there, which means I should be able to catch up. 22.8. The dryer is really cranking some bushels out right now. We're putting out 1,234 bushels per hour, which is awesome, taking about 7 to 7.5 points out. So it's moving right through it. That's good. Okay, so while I've got a second here, I have something I wanted to talk to you about. So as some of you and most of you probably know, the grain markets have been pretty good for almost a year now. Things really ran up back in the late fall last year, November, December timeframe, and continued through all spring. And we've had really high grain markets. It's quite nice. You'll also know that earlier this week we were able to capitalize on that a little bit, especially with our old crop corn pricing. So there's a difference between last year's corn and this year's corn, and we're kind of right in that time frame when we switch over from old crop to what they call the new crop, which is what we're harvesting now. By harvesting some of that on Monday, we were able to sneak in some more or less old crop pricing because nobody had any corn yet, or that ethanol plant that we hauled it to was really needing it, and so they were willing to pay more for it. Once the crop really hits the market, the 21 crop here, that premium goes away. In fact, it's already gone. So we got $1.85 over the Chicago Board of Trade price on Monday, which put us close to $7, or just below $7 on all the corn that we hauled up to that ethanol plant this week. That's fantastic. That is an awesome, awesome corn price, especially considering the fact that right now at the elevator that we are hauling it to, if we were just hauling them dry corn and selling it spot sale, not delivering on contracts, so the cash price, I'm trying to look it up real quick, is Montpelier. Cash corn right now is $4.92 a bushel. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. But compared to that $7, or it was like $6.94, I think, we got almost a $2 premium over that. That's awesome. Here's the thing, though. We don't get that on all our corn, right? So We, like many, in fact most farms, utilize several marketing tools to sell our grain. Our grain is the only way that we have income for our farm. Corn, wheat, soybeans, that's what we sell. And that's how we make our money. And so we try and protect our risk a little bit, because you never know what these commodity markets are going to do. So we actually will forward contract and sell some of that grain throughout the year ahead of time. So we have contracts that we are delivering on at the elevator right now. So we're not getting $4.92 a bushel for the corn that we're selling. You want to know what we're getting? It's not great. We have several different contracts, but this is one price, $3.78. $3.78 is not very good. Let's see, what else do we have here? $4.08, still pretty low. Here was a split where one filled one contract and got applied to the other. $4.08, and then we got up to a $5.45. The $5.45 is good, but $3.78. We sold corn for $3.78 a bushel. I'll go in and look at our board and see when we sold that. At the time, it was a pretty decent price for what we thought it was going to be. Turns out it was not. But just because the price went up and that's no longer a good price doesn't mean we don't have to still deliver it and sell it for that price. So high grain prices are great. I'm not complaining about that. But just because that's what the price is doesn't mean that's what farmers are getting. We have to deliver the contracts and the promises that we made at the time when we made the best decisions that we thought we could. All right, so we have some dry erase boards here that have a whole lot of information on them. Some of it's a little bit sensitive, so I'm going to be a little selective on what exactly I show you. But Eden Farmers, that's where we're selling this stuff. Look, where's my finger? Look at this date right here, 12/18/20. That's the date sold for a 2021 contract. HTA, which means hedged to arrive, which means we've set the price according to the Chicago Board of Trade, but not the local basis. 4.15. Now, 4.15 was not a bad price, although we have to take off the basis for what it is today when we're delivering it, and I will look that up. So basis is the difference between this price at the Chicago Board of Trade and what our local elevator is paying. And that can vary. It varies throughout the year. It varies from elevator to elevator depending on, you know, their local market, how badly they need corn, want corn and stuff. Right now at the place we're going, it's 35 cents under. So that whatever the Chicago Board of Trade price is minus 35 cents is what we can sell for cash today. That's where that 4.92 or whatever it was comes from, right? Is that what they're paying? 4.92, yes. Now there's another local elevator that is paying, they're at a zero basis, it says on this DTN here, that 5.27. So when we have our contracts delivered, it might make more sense to go to that other elevator because they're paying 35 cents a bushel better. 35 cents is a lot. But what that means is that we have to deliver these contracts in that HTA, you have to take that 35 cents off. So it was a 4.15 was what we sold it for, but it's 4.15 minus 35 cents, and that's where we get down closer to that 4.78, or I guess that would be 4.80 minus some discounts or check off or whatever the difference is. We ended up with 3.78 out of it. It wasn't a terrible price when we sold it back in December of 2020. Now it doesn't look so good, but that's the game that you play. That's the risk that we take, and you know, it is what it is. I like to tell people, you know, I am a very risk-adverse person outside of farming. So I'm the type of person that would go to a casino and take $5. If I made it to $6, I would walk out the door. If I lost my $5, I ain't getting any more out. Like, that's it. I don't want to take that risk and spend it. And it's because we have so much risk on the farm, whether it's pricing, which is the one you're seeing there. And, you know, we lost on that one contract. Now we had that 5.40, whatever that other one was, and we won on that one. So you can't look at it from trying to hit the highs on everything, because you'll never happen. What you have to do is figure out what your cost of production is and make sure that you're making money and you're profitable. And when we sold that 4.15, was that profitable? Well, we hadn't locked everything in yet, but it was probably what we thought was going to be a good price and what our profit was going to be. The 5.43, well, that one better be profitable this year, but our input costs are going up drastically for next year. So who knows? who knows where the best prices are going to be. You have to look at averages and figure out where you're at after the whole marketing year for the crop. So, that's kind of how it works a little bit. Thought you guys might enjoy that. This is the first time I've gotten back to the field and Dad hasn't been sitting there with the grain cart, or on his way up with it at least. I see corn in it, but it doesn't look quite full. So we're gonna take the pickup that's been sitting up there by the road back and jump in that, wait for him to top it off, and then we'll drive it up. Wow, look at there. Can you guys see it? Just a second. It looks like Grandpa picked himself up some riders. Guess we're gonna have to go say hi. Righteous. Dad's about done back here. Good corn. 200 plus, that's awesome. What are we doing?
Riding in the combine.
Oh. Where's Mama? There's a rabbit. Oh,
Yeah.
a rabbit.
And he has one.
Oh. He's done back here, so we're gonna help him get moved. So Brayson's riding with me. Say hi, Brayson.
Hi, Dad.
Hi. We got a field in the back across the road we got to go do, so it's a short move here. Okay, well, we're getting Grandpa moved across the road, and he is getting started combining. We got the grain cart over there. Phil came with the second truck. While we were moving, we got caught up hauling a little bit. Plus, we're not hauling dry corn in, so that makes the trips faster. So he's going to take that full semi back, the one that I've been driving all day. The boys and I are going to jump in the grain cart tractor and help Grandpa get the field opened up, the back ends and stuff, so he doesn't have to drive up full quite as much. And then if we get behind hauling again, I will jump in a semi and the boys can go ride with Grandpa, or Mom will come pick them up, or whatever.
I
right?
don't want a mom to pick us.
You don't want Mom to pick you up yet?
No. Okay. No, I want to ride.
Okay, well, maybe in a little while.
In the semi truck?
No, I don't think you can ride in the semi truck.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I did it with Grandpa.
You did?
Yeah.
How far?
That's a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah. We got a long trip back to the farm. It's 10 miles, and we don't have your car seats. I don't think it's a good idea to be in a grain cart or in the semi. All right, let's go get in the grain cart tractor, okay, boys?
Wow, we have to drive it?
Yeah, we're gonna drive it.
Oh, yeah. When?
Well, as soon as we park the pickup truck. Well, I got the boys to ride with me for one pass on the ends, and that was it before they needed to get back in the combine with Grandpa. So hopefully they're being good for him. We're going to get this field opened up, go do the back end rows and stuff here. This sun is brutal. It's nice and sunny and warm, and it's great for harvesting corn, but looking into that sun when you're unloading on the go right into it, or trying to unload in the truck, is a little difficult right now, so that's all right. I'm not complaining. Don't call me out for complaining. I'm sure you guys probably can't see into that cab very good, but it makes me very happy that my kids get to do that and have that experience of riding into combine with their grandpa, doing exactly what I used to do. Doesn't even upset me that they chose Grandpa over me. Good times. This is good times. Other than that one big tree being in the way, it's a pretty sunset tonight. I'm not sure how late we're gonna work back here, but I would love to get this done. I don't think that's gonna happen. We'll see. There's like 34 acres, I believe, in this backfield here, so that would take us probably 4 hours from the time we started. And if we started here at 6:30, yeah, we probably are not gonna finish this, but the more we get done tonight, the less we have to do tomorrow, the quicker we can get on to the next field. So I don't know, we'll see. I think Maddie's on her way to get the boys. Grandpa is, I think, had enough. All right. Check it out. Combining. Got the lights on. Really good corn. Got the moon in the background. Good times. Man, this is fun. I haven't turned my lights on yet. It's really not that dark. I don't know why Dad turned his on, but it's fine. Ready to go home, boys? Ready to go home? Oh, yeah? Why are you drinking all of Grandpa's Gatorade?
Yeah.
Ah. Bye, boys. Thanks, honey.
Goodness.
Love you.
Love you too.
Look, I got a sandwich. All right, keep moving. All right, well, the semi is full and the grain cart is about full. Phil is on his way back, but he's not here yet. So I'm going to jump in the truck and head for home. He can unload the cart when he gets here and head for home. And then Dad is going to just refill it. And we're going to call it a night here. So there is not much better than shelling corn under the lights. And it's warm, that helps. And things are going well. Like, man, this is fun. I really, really am enjoying this. Oh, we have got some lights out here. Nice. Unloading this truck. Phil's bringing another one back. We'll get unloaded. I'm going to load my truck up here with dry corn. So we'll have it loaded for the morning. Haul a couple more loads in. They are going to be open tomorrow. It's Saturday, so we weren't sure, but they said they would be there 8 o'clock until unknown at this point. They may be open until 5. They may close at noon. Who knows? Aren't them lights just the coolest thing ever? Know exactly, relatively exactly how much is in there. Awesome. The third light just come on. I know exactly where it's at now. Cool. So we've got a little over half of our wet bin full of wet corn. Our dryer has done a remarkably good job of keeping up. This corn's been 22 to 23%. We're taking it down to 15, and it's putting 1,200 bushel an hour out. That's awesome. It's just that we're trying to dry into the overhead so that we can haul it right out, and the overhead is full now, so it's shut down. We might have to start drying into a bin tomorrow. Isn't the mid-September snowfall just so beautiful? Okay, well, the harvest operation is done for the day, but the work is not. I had a gentleman call me this afternoon who I have never met before, never talked to, and he heard that I treat wheat and he's got a wagon load of wheat that he wants me to treat. So he dropped it off. I think he kind of wanted me to do it right when he called me. I'm like, I'm really busy, but I can do it tonight. So he dropped it off. We're going to treat it. He said there was 160 bushel in it, so it shouldn't take too awful long. We're done. Got a wagon full of treated wheat. Check it out. We had to get the 40-20 out because I needed something to move the wagon around, and that was the easiest thing. So I'm going to unhook it there and take the 40-20 back to the farm, get my treater shut off and the lights and all that, and then we're going home. Check out what we've got going on here. 40-20 at night with the lights. Takes me back to summer irrigation. Got a nice moon, beautiful weather, crisp but not cold. Oh, it's like we were irrigating corn all summer. Didn't miss it one bit, did we? All right, well, after a last minute or late night or whatever you want to call it, computer records updating session here, I am ready to go home for the night. It is 11 o'clock. I'm not supposed to be putting these kind of hours in on the 17th of September, but that's what happens when harvest comes early, so it's nice to get some stuff done. A couple of housekeeping things from yesterday's video. One, thanks for all the support for everybody except for one of you or two of you. Also, that article that put out about my sister in the Farmland News, a few of you have asked if I had a link to it. Honestly, I can't find it online either. It's almost like this newspaper publication doesn't have a website. So when I get home tonight, I'm going to look and see if they have something written on the hard copy paper of where I can find this online. I also asked Anna if she would email the reporter and see if he had a link to it online or something, but I can't find one right now. So if I find it, I will certainly let you know about that. What else? I think that's good. So we're going to be back at it again tomorrow. We're going to finish shelling where we're at, move on to the next field, get the dryer running, haul dry corn in, start drying into a bin. We got all kinds of stuff going on. When we get caught up or have the time and manpower to do it, we can start doing some fall tillage work. We've got fertilizer that needs to get spread that I've been working on getting the controller files sent to the people that are going to do our spreading for us. So we're making progress. Things are getting there. Things are moving, which is great. It's all bonus now. It's all early. So questions, comments, leave them down below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button for me, please. Thanks. Have a good night, everybody. Oh yeah, I did want to say about yesterday's video. When I was editing it last night, all of the things that were causing my frustrations seemed rather small after you watch them back and think about them later after they've resolved themselves. And it wasn't so much that any one of those big things was a big deal. It was the fact that they all happened at the same time, and one complicated the other. You know, having internet issues is not an unusual thing. It happens here. Not a big deal. The fact that the dryer problems happened while I was having internet problems, which meant that I couldn't make phone calls because we don't have cell phone service here either, complicates that, and it makes the first one worse. And you know, and then the seed delivery issues that was my own fault on top of it, all at the same time, when I already felt like I was making things slow for the harvest process. So individually, not a big deal. In the grand scheme of things, none of it was a big deal. But they all happened at the same time. They all complicated each other and made it worse, and it was extremely frustrating at the time. But today was a good day. We got a fair amount done. We've got really good corn, and it was a lot of fun being out in the field there with Dad and the boys and the lights, and awesome. So see you guys tomorrow.